I've never been able to buy into the idea that Applejack represents the element of honesty. I've talked about how her initial trial doesn't really make sense as a test of honesty, and over the course of the show, I don't think she's ever really connected with that trait in a meaningful way. Just look at all the other elements. Rarity has had 2 fantastic episodes about the highs and lows of trying to be a generous pony. Pinkie Pie had an episode dedicated to explaining and analyzing what it means to be the element of laughter. Fluttershy had a great episode about being the element of kindness, and Twilight's element is the magic of friendship, and understanding this element is the basis of her entire character arc. A great point was made by my buddies over at Friendship is Witchcraft with the joke in episode 3, and in the video Separated at Birth, about how Applejack and Rainbow Dash seem to have been given one another's elements. And I think that's true, but I wouldn't keep the words the same to describe either of them. Applejack describes herself as the loyalest of friends and most dependable of ponies in episode 4, but I think dependability is the thing which represents her more. Applejack is the foundation of the main 6, like the bass guitar in a rock band. She's someone that the others can fall back on and count to keep the group together. What makes Applejack a great friend is that she's always there for you. She represents camaraderie, togetherness, and family. Applejack's first scene shows her introducing Twilight to her entire family, but the important message of this scene is when AJ says, "You're practically part of the family already." Applejack represents home and having someone to come to and rely on. Nearly all of her episodes deal with this attribute. She had an episode about realizing that having fun with her family isn't about what they do together, but the fact that they're doing it together. She had an episode about realizing that her family wasn't going to be disappointed if she didn't live up to their expectations. She had an episode about friends and family sticking up for one another, kinda. She had an episode about learning to depend on others as much as they depend on her. And while we're on the subject, Rainbow Dash would well represent the element of honesty, but it would be best if we broadened it to be the element of authenticity. This is the subject of nearly every Rainbow Dash episode. She's had more than one episode about learning to be honest with herself, and she had one episode wherein her crowning moment of awesome was being honest to her convictions over her desires. Not to mention that unlike AJ, who is honest in a general sense, just like the rest of the main 6, Rainbow Dash is honest to a fault, to the point that she doesn't know how to be dishonest for the sake of others. I feel like there was a huge missed opportunity with these two when it came to choosing their elements, and the lessons of their episodes would be felt much more strongly if they'd been switched around and modified a little. What do you think?